Good damn morning, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. I got to give a big shout out to my man Charles at the top of the left coast, Kirkland, Washington. What up, man? I appreciate your support. I appreciate your views. And you know what? Shout out to everybody. Everybody who listens while they're doing something else, everybody who watches, everybody who shares, thank you. You know, people who hit me up and tell me that I'm part of their morning/evening routine or commute, that shit means a lot. I have shit that's part of my commute. You know, that's important to be woven into the fabric of somebody's life. Thank you. You know, I'm nothing special. I'm just like everybody else. I'm on my way to work right now. I have a family I love. I have people that I try to provide for and live my life. So thank you. Who'd have thought that I could reach 176,000 people from the driver's seat of my car? Oh, excuse me, for tax purposes, my office. Write-offs. But thank you, everybody. I really appreciate the love. And to everybody who tells me, hey man, keep the videos coming, keep doing what you're doing, don't worry. There's no shortage of things to alert you about. And as I always say, I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. So let's get into this coronavirus/China virus packed episode. So first of all, probably 3-4 blocks, 4 or 5 blocks from where I live, there's this store, and in front of it, some dude on Wednesday, which I'm pissed that I missed, that I didn't see it on my way home, because I go right past this place to get to my house every day. There was a guy out front. He was dressed in like a yellow hazmat suit with a mask on, and he had a big ass sign. And when I say big, I mean like that thing had to be, I don't know, 5 by 10 or whatever the wooden measurements are. Huge. It's like a big piece of plywood or something. And he put on there, China did this. And you know what? China did do this. But you know, there's outrage. I'll put a link in the description box to this fucking story where they're basically saying that behavior like this is contributing to an increase in hate crimes against Asian Americans. Number one, what the dude said was true. China did do this shit. Everybody driving by should have honked and said, yeah, you're right. Number two, the fuck is a hate crime? How about just crime? Regular old crime. I hate how people attach these words in front of other words to change them and try to tug at your heartstrings a little more. But they're POCs, or they're a protected class. We have to care more about their lives than who? You mean evil white people? No one's life is worth more than anybody else's. A life is a life is a life. If you get embroiled in a lawsuit and you cause the death of somebody, you know, the price of a human life in the eyes of the legal system is around $5 million. There's no more if you killed a colored person. We're all colored. Shit. Everything's a color. So it doesn't matter what shade of person you happen to kill, or, you know, some negligent death or some bullshit like that. You'll get paid out the same, around $5 million. Nobody's any different. The fuck is a hate crime? If I hit a white dude, I get a certain amount of time. If he hits me, he gets more time. Number one, that's bullshit. That creates animosity. Don't go around telling people that my life or my safety, my well-being is worth more than somebody else's in terms of their time, their life, their freedom. That's bullshit. That's where the shit starts. That's where they try to fuck you up. That's where it all starts. This is the small crack that turns into a fucking chasm over time. The language, it's a hate crime. You know, it's a little more. You gotta have a little more in you to hurt a person who's a darker shade than you. What if that person was just being an asshole and they needed to get knocked the fuck out? Period. Your color's not taken into account. What's coming out of your mouth? What are you doing with your body language? Are you coming near me? You trying to hurt me? Do you look threatening? Color is not on my mind. My safety is. But there's an uptick in hate crimes against Asians. Man, look, there are people out there who are going to do stupid, dumb shit to people for whatever reason. I mean, really, if you're crazy enough to hurt or kill somebody simply because of what color they are, you're a lost cause. There's something wrong with you. If you didn't aim that at this particular group, it would have been aimed at another. Like, what the fuck is this shit? And really, are there what's considered a hate crime? I'd like to see some numbers. And then they pointed out the fact that the parking lot he's standing in is owned by, basically, he's in front of this place called Star Market. And I don't know if they still own it, but it was started by a prominent Chinese-American family. Like, ooh, oh shit. So that adds another layer to this guy's racism. What, did he go research it? Like, businesses owned by Chinese people. That's where I'll go. Well, if you know anything about the area, the reason the guy probably picked that spot is because it's a big, busy intersection. It's huge. That's where all the people who are leaving that particular town to go to work, that's where most of them head out. And then vice versa, when they're coming back home from work. It's a big, busy intersection. It's off Main Street. It's on the corner of South Main Street and Baranda. South Main Street is huge. It runs right down the center of the city, which is why it's called Main Street. So that's why the guy probably picked the spot, not because, it was owned by an Asian person. This will sting even more. Get the fuck out of here. The shit was hilarious. I hope we see more of them. I hope we see more of the truth. China did do this, and it isn't the first time. Every damn disease the world has to deal with comes out of fucking China. Speaking of China and their policies, now they want to outlaw the sale of wild animals. Bullshit. You don't just turn that faucet off. It's a cultural thing. They're not just going to stop that like, Monday, last day to eat wild animals. Tuesday, it's a clean slate. Get the fuck out of here. I don't give a shit what they do. Don't let it come out of there. You're not going to stop these people from eating weird shit. I think I have a link to that video also. I'm not sure. If so, I'll put it in there. But you can see some guy is standing around a bunch of peacocks. The fuck is a peacock? All their bat chow mein and shit over there. That shit's weird. But you're not going to stop those people. There's probably a bunch of bullshit anyway. The communist government probably said, put the word out that we're going to stop eating weird shit out of the wild. Just tell them. Not gonna stop that bullshit. And the biggest pile of bullshit available, David Lopan, aka one half of Pelosi, aka the liver spotted demon. If you're new to my channel, that's how I refer to Nancy Pelosi. So this little fucking drunk gargoyle is now starting a committee to oversee the handling of the corona fucking virus. AKA more bureaucracy. Create another council. And of course, the people on this council, committee, board, whatever you want to call them, crooks. Of course, they have the power of the subpoena. So you're going to give them the power to get their hands on any person, any documents, any audio, any footage that they want, under the guise of overseeing the handling of the coronavirus. I thought we had somebody for that. I thought the president had a coronavirus task force. You don't need to create another level of corruption, another seizure of power. That's what this is about. They don't give a shit about the coronavirus. Remember that dummy New York? Even after we knew about the coronavirus, oh, we're celebrating Chinese whatever Heritage Month. You should travel, go here, go there, fly, go wherever you want. They don't give a shit about the coronavirus. They care about what they can get because of the coronavirus. Of course, they're going to create a committee. So how do you do that? How do you have the power to just snap your fingers and create a group who can do this and that or whatever the hell else you want them to do? It's a bunch of bullshit. It's another power grab. You know what this reminds me of? There was this cartoon that used to come on Comedy Central called Drawn Together. If you ever seen that, you know what I'm talking about. It's basically the cartoon version of a reality show. You have all these famous cartoon characters from different genres of cartoons. Like you have an anime character, you got like the Zelda fantasy shit, you got a superhero, you got a kind of a Betty Boop kind of character with all these fucking problems. The shit is hilarious. You got like a Disney princess character, but basically it's very hyperbolic. Like it's a reality show cranked up to 100. But anyway, there's a character in there called Captain Hero, and he represents like the comic book character genre or whatever. But there's an episode where he takes steroids, and every time he takes steroids, his dick shrinks, and he goes, and he gets a little bit bigger, and he gets a little more muscle, and he gets another vein in his neck, and he gets meaner. That's what's happening here. This is another Captain Hero moment for the government. They're going, they're getting a little bit bigger. This coronavirus was their steroid shot. Now they're getting bigger. They get a little more power. They can do a little bit more under the guise of, we're just looking out for you. We got to make sure this coronavirus thing is handled properly. Even though they don't give a fuck about the American people. Remember? They're stepping on our shoulders and our faces to reach the illegals. See, the illegals are a few feet away. If they could just get a little closer to help them and hand them all this free shit and hand them all these things that they won't give us. How can we get a little, oh yeah, we'll just, come here, just step on top of you blue-collar working class pieces of shit. You white-collar workers, you know, the dumb Americans. You clowns that get up every day to give us a way too big of a portion of your check and taxes. Come here. You're my little step stool. But I think they're forgetting about November. I hope, like I said in the past video, I hope we have political memories like an elephant. We must make them pay. They don't give a fuck about our well-being or our health. They want more power. So they're stepping on us to get to their new voting block, the illegal. But now you want to have a committee to oversee, to make sure we're taken care of? You don't give a fuck about us. We're your stepping stool. But we do have November. Watch out. Like my dad used to tell me, son, the feet you step on today could be connected to the ass you have to kiss tomorrow. So I hope in November we make these motherfuckers pay. Why do you need to create another layer of bureaucracy in the government? Why do you need to get a little bit bigger? They're big enough. They're already Jabba the Hutt, this humongous blob, this giant mass that can't be controlled and keeps absorbing power wherever it can. A committee. We need a committee to oversee your ass. We need a bunch of work. We need a bunch of people who put in 40 or more hours a week. We need to get a council, a committee, a board together of those people to oversee these fucking crooks. You don't need to oversee shit. You're already in charge of overseeing districts and your district in California, which is all fucked up. Now, speaking of her fucked up district, when's the last time you've been there? Like, when's the last time you saw Nancy Pelosi out in her district with the people? Somebody give me a link. I haven't seen it. You let our power get cut off. You let our towns burn. You let illegals take over our neighborhoods and our schools. But now you want to put a committee together? You don't give a shit. There's another power grab. It's already done. Are these people going to get paid more now that they have this other job, this other hat that they're wearing? Is that more money for them? Where's that money coming from? Coming where it always comes from. See, it's easy for them to turn on the faucet and get more money. It's not so easy for us to turn on the faucet and create more income to give these fuckers. And I read that shit. I definitely wasn't surprised. I was like, of course. So I don't know the official name of it. I was reading this story last night, so you know how fast things happen. Maybe it already has a name by this point. The Corona Committee, some shit, the COVID-19 Council, or I like to call them a collection of fucking criminals. They've been in power, I'd say, average 25 years. Her, Maxine Waters, aka Aunt Pearl, Schumer, that deviant-looking fucker, all of them. Average about 25 years they've been in power? So just imagine, wherever you work, your boss gave you one project. One! You got 25 years to complete that project. And then you bring them a pile of shit. All this time, and this is all you gave me. What would happen to you? Your ass will be fired. Not them. They fail up. How come that doesn't work for us? I can't fail up. I can fail my way out of a damn job. Why doesn't it work like that for them? They just snap their damn fingers and create a council to look into this and look into that. Fucking criminals. We're in the wrong line of work. If I get a second go round, I'm going to be a politician, because apparently there's no fear of consequence and the money just keeps rolling in. Like, what was it, Louis Anderson in Coming to America. He said, and that's when the big bucks start rolling in. Fucking crooks. Man, let me get out of here so I can try to make my money the honest way. Imagine that, politicians. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe, hit that notification bell, because every time it rings, a piece of shit liberal cries. Make sure you get your Jericho Green notification tone, link in the description box. It's just $1.29. Utilize the PayPal link and the Teespring link to get your green gear. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.